So now the last part. Let's dive in and talk about your training sales landing page. This section is going to be very long, but if you forget anything about this section, I want you to remember just one thing. Every element of design and copy of your sales landing page should play its part to guide your prospect customers towards taking one specific action only, and that is to enroll, right? If you're asking people to take more than one action on a single sales landing page, then I'm here to tell you, good luck with that. Look, people are often overwhelmed when they're presented with too many choices, which lead to what's often called decision paralysis. If I were to put this in a simpler term, it means no sales for you, right? So the key to a successful landing page is twofold. Number one, you want to stay focused, and also you want to be consistent. Say one thing and say it repeatedly. Don't include links to check out your website or go to their social media channels or do any other similar actions. The goal here is for them to say yes, and hit the enroll button, and buy from you. Alright, so let's dive in and let me walk you through 6 rules to create a high-converting sales landing page. Number 1 goes around your page length. There's a lot of debate or confusion about the length of your sales page, and some feel that if you keep the sales page dragging on forever, it'll increase your chances of getting them to say yes. On the other hand, some believe, let's make it as short as possible to get them to the point, as making it easier for them to see what's in it for them, what you're offering, and then get them to click that buy button quicker. My personal philosophy, it's really not about how long your page is, but how engaging and convincing it is. Your sales page needs to tell a story, and that story should very clearly state, first of all, what your prospect is currently missing in his or her life, and how you can fix that for them with your training program. To do that, you have to build your case, and you do it by first describing the problem and the frustration. You want to paint a very clear picture of what their current situation looks like from the emotional standpoint. How is it affecting their life? And then you want to describe the impact a problem has on their lives. What happens if they don't solve the problem, or get to that outcome? Then rushing to rescue with your miracle solution, which is the solution you're offering inside your training program. You want to take your time here and explain as plainly as you can, exactly how your training works, how your training is going to help them solve their problem, or get them to that desired outcome, and then give them a glimpse of your secret sauce. That special ingredient that makes your training different from all the other training courses in your industry and your niche. And this is all the work that you did at the beginning, to find your differentiator. So here, what you're doing is you're actually building your case to convince them that this is the exact thing that they need and they want, and you build your argument section by section, right? So you have to keep on going until you've made your case. Once you're done, if you read it back to yourself, and you're convinced, then your sales pages is done. Alright, rule number 2, don't get clever with your headline. Now hopefully you've noticed that I didn't go through the headline as a first item on the list. That's because I believe the headline should come after you've written your copy. The mistake most people make is that they think the first thing that they have to come up with after write, whether it's a blog post or a sales copy, is their headline. That's absolutely wrong. Your headline should be the very last thing that you write. What you want to do is start with the end result, with what you want to communicate, and then you want to work backwards from there. So here's the flow that I'd love to see you use. Write down the end results that your customers are looking for in their own words. Then, create a call to action button that's aligned with that end result. If the end result is to lose 10 pounds, then the call to action is, yes, I want to lose 10 pounds now. Then write a narrative that logically leads them to that call to action, that look back at the very last line of your copy, leading up to that call to action, using their words. Write a headline that describes the end result they expect to get when they click on that call to action. Here's an example. Let's say that you're selling a detox plan, and after doing your research you found out that the end result people are looking for is not just to be healthy, but to lose weight really quickly, without exercising. So that's your end result. If we work our way backwards to the headline, that it would look something like this: lose 10 pounds in 4 weeks without exercising. You also want to make sure that your headline is accurate, simple, and right to the point, because your headline is a first, and quite honestly the most important impression that you make on your potential customers. Without having a compelling headline that turns casual browsers into customers, the rest of your words on your page and may as well not even exist. So from a marketing standpoint, writing an attention-grabbing headline is a critical skill to have, and we often try to accomplish this by getting crazy and coming up with really catchy and clever headlines. But here's the thing. Most of time being clever really means being unclear. And if you're not being clear, people won't waste their time trying to figure it out. So make sure that your headline says what it means. It's as simple as it can be, and it's very easy to understand and easy to read. Keep it clear and consistent with your offering. Alright, rule number 3 is don't mistake being professional with being stiff. Many people saying that in order to impress their customers, they should use a really big words. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It confuses the heck out of me when I'm on someone's website, and I go to their sales page or a services page, and I'm looking to see what they're exactly offering. But instead, I see bunch of meaningless stuffy fluffy words like this. Right, this is actually something I grabbed from someone's website, and believe it or not 80% of sales pages or services pages look like this. Our goal is to completely foster user-centric opportunities to allow us to continue to collaboratively monetize e-services methodologies. But what are you doing on your services would make me all giddy. I'll be farting rainbows and candies. I mean, might as well just say that, right? Let me ask you this. Imagine that you're sitting at a coffee shop with a friend from college that you haven't seen for years. You're sipping your frappuccino and you're chatting and you're catching up with your friend, and then your friend asks, "So tell me, what do you do, again?" Would you just say something like this? I conveniently pursue quality opportunities as well as endeavors proactively create progressive catalysts for change. For your sake, I certainly hope not. If you speak words and robotic phrases like this, your friend would look at you like you have two heads. Back in the land of reality, however, you take a sip of your delicious frappuccino, and just start talking like a normal human being, right? You'd most likely use words that actually make sense. Now the best rule of thumb is this. After you write your copy, read it back and ask yourself this one question. If I were saying this out loud to my friend, would she give me like a weird look and think that I'm really strange? Or would she actually nod her head and say, "Wow, that's fascinating"? Alright, on to rule number 4, calling your evangelists. We all know and agree that consumers love to see proof of their peers, right? They get to see this warm, fuzzy feeling when they read Jenny's review of our offer. Jenny's glowing face gives them hope that they too can be just like Jenny. They too can experience the magical life-changing power, if only they do what Jenny did and take a training program. But what if you're just starting out and you don't have a journey of your own? Now at the core of it, remember that the decision to buy your course has happened way before they get to read Jenny's testimonial. At that point, they're only looking for social proof to give them that warm and fuzzy feeling that we just talked about. So, if you don't have any journey of your own, there are many other ways to put your customer's mind at ease and give them the same validation. What they can do is there anybody who can speak to the quality of your skills, your professional qualities, how great it is to work with you? This could be previous or current coworkers or your previous employers. Another way is to look for blogs in your industry, and ask them to review your training program. Contact the owner and ask them if they're willing to take a look at your course and post a review on their blog. Or maybe they'd be open to doing an interview with you about the training and posting that on their blog. Another way is to give away your course to 20 of your potential customers in exchange for your generosity. Ask them to write a review of your training program. Rule number 5, address objections properly. Every prospect who lands on your sales page will have objections or reasons why they shouldn't buy your offer. Your job is not only to find as many of these objections as you can, but also turn them into reasons why they should buy. For example, their objection might be, "It's too expensive, I can't afford it." Your response should be, "You can't afford not to buy." And proceed to tell them that they will pay 10 times 20 times as much more monitor-related or outcome-related, and then touch on that pain point right. Remind them what happens if they don't get to their desired outcome or what happens if they stay stuck, and they still struggle. Rule number 6, seal the deal with the right words. You've done a great job of grabbing their attention. You've persuaded them to read through your story or nodding their heads, and they're agreeing with you. They can see themselves in a better place after taking your course or training. Drag the ends of the page with only one little click standing between them and yourself. All you have to do now is give them one last nudge right to take out their credit card and punching those numbers. How many times were you close to taking out your credit cards? You were ready to buy something, but then you thought to yourself, let me think about it a bit more, and then you never actually went back. Don't let your customers abandon your sales page. Use words that hammer home that desired outcome that they're looking for. Make it about them, about all the benefits they will most definitely get by just clicking that button. If you're assigning a weight loss program, use call to action labels like, "Show me how to lose weight." If you were selling a training on investing, use words like, "Build your financial wealth today." You have their attention now. Motivate them, right as they got stalked. Use words on your call to action button that gets them jumping up and down, and running for their wallets.